Hey everybody, I think I got everything right today. I have, want to thank Bicius, I think 73 was what I saw there, for subscribing, or following. Thanks very much. We have just been dealing with stuff. We have a gate out front that is okay. And we are, it's just insane, the problems. Today I had to reset the limits on it, and there is no reason for that, I don't believe, but anyway. Super fun. It was over getting, erroring out like that the motor was straining or something probably. I mean, you know, not great stuff. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Sarek. I hope you're doing well. I'm really hoping, I was really hoping to actually paint these this week before the stream. Let me cut to the table. I gotta change which angle that is. That is not it. There we go, hooray. So hopefully the audio is going, everything's going. I see it is bouncing, so I must have it together today. I need to put a note. I seem to somehow foul it up. No matter what, I think I've got it, and something's not right. It is that we are switching between two setups. I have our setup for GameNight streaming, and then I have this. And then we also have the setup for filming, so it's a lot of stuff. Anyway, I worked on this guy quite a bit, but did not get to the ground. I don't want to be too intense with this, so I'm kind of disappointed I dry brushed it as much as I mean airbrushed it as much as I did. But it's hard, you know, you're trying to get specific things. I was probably trying to get his knee a little brighter, and I got there's a lot of light on that Mjolnir. I was working on the boots, doing a little bit of wear. I might continue with that. This guy was the one I think that I really did it on. I don't think I did the others. But yeah, I didn't. So I might do a little bit of that. But I want to paint like Mjolnir, Iron Man's helmet, Spider-Man's mask. I think they're Hawkeye's quiver. I think that's Captain America's shield there. And I don't know, maybe this is, I don't know, it must be the Falcon or Captain America, the new Captain America. I'm not sure. But I'll paint it probably just gray. But I am going to try to do maybe a darker version of the colors. I'm not sure. I don't want it to be too bright. I don't want you to be looking at that very much. But I love when they do these. I've done others. I actually should really look through those. I mean, they've been in storage and I've been using the standard storage and I want to make sure that stuff's okay. But I really loved it when they put like a street light on there. And so those things I want to color, even though, you know, most of the time, let's see if I have something here that's painted and done. You know, I've done a lot of these where they're colorful, but Hush is just beams and, you know, destroyed. Now I didn't work on that. I probably will put a little bit of metallic on there. But generally I don't do a ton. I did for, goodness, what is his name? I can't remember. I did put some bright stuff on the, oops, let's get him in the focus. On the base here, like waves or something. I don't think that's actually water. But I am going to try, I mean, if you look at, I don't really think that's it though. I don't know what that is. I really should try to figure it out, but that is definitely not Captain America. Could be Thor. No, I don't know. I don't think that is it. Falcon, Captain America. I don't know. Actually, let me see if there's actually a photo. Oh, there is. What am I doing? Spider-Man. It's just silver. I'll just go with that. But they did not paint the shield very much, which is kind of a disappointment. I mean, it is low. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Is the one challenge lately. Lots of pollen. So I want to try to do something for that. I honestly don't know. Maybe I just go for a deeper blue instead of what I normally was using for that. Let me see. What do I got? I didn't use I don't know. I think on the originals I did not use. Well, I don't want it to be too dark though. I'm nervous about it. I think they need to be just thin. I think I just need to have more. I'm going to go with a subtle color and build up from that. Now the metallics are going to be metallics. I don't have any metallic, like red metallics or anything like that. There are some out there for like the Iron Man stuff. But because you know it's gold here, so I will probably just use the darker gold that I have. Let's see. I have them out. I think still. There's glittering loot, golden armor, which is this color here. So I'm not sure. That's actually both of these colors. I don't think that's what I want. And I don't have the choice there. Horde bronze, hoplite gold. Huh. Harump, why is that in a different spot? That should be next to these. Boy, I couldn't tell you. These all, I think golden armor's it. But maybe not. Maybe I use hoplite gold and then use some of the medium and try to reduce it. Thanks, Fortuna D-Town. I've been trying. These guys are pretty neat. Doing 3 of them's fun. You know, it's challenging. They're all different. I mean, this one is drastically different because I was dissatisfied with the level of green. You know, the green color. I was using, I believe, this color. And I think I used that color still, but what I did is I ended up using this yellow. So that green was Bealtan green. And then I was using this Iron Jaws yellow, which is got more of a green element to it. So I mixed those two and built it up. And it ended up coming out pretty great on the skin. I'm quite satisfied with how that turned out. So, you know, it's fun. Thanks, Stephen M. Thanks for watching. Today's episode was really good. We played it on the stream, but we did Trinket Trove with Aaron and Deborah, and it's fun. It's a good game. I had not played it until January, I think, or February. I think it was February at Games Day. A friend of ours picked it up at Gen Con. She said she made a beeline for it when she's when she was there. I think she was there. I can't remember. One of the things she was at, I think she was actually at last minute at an event we went to in December that she was at, and she. But at Gen Con, it might have been Gen Con, I can't remember, because I didn't meet her there. I met her at this other deal. So yeah, she brought it to play at our SoCal Games Day, which was great. And she taught it wrong, and just a little bit. I don't think she had I should tell her to watch the video. I don't think she had the zero bid correct, which ultimately I don't think it made a big difference. I did make a little bit difference in the game. Hey James, how you doing? So we'll see how we can do here. I want to do the red. I don't have metallic. I'm wondering if I should not use the metallic. Metallic's going to make it bright, so I'm now changing my mind. I'm going to use a dark yellow for Iron Man. So we'll probably use that Iron Jaws yellow and maybe put a light metallic over it or something. The Advent Escape Room was fun to watch. Oh, thanks for watching those. We love doing them. Deborah is she's filming, or at least should be soon. I believe she's already filming though, but I had seen a tweet about Charlie. The show's live, all the episodes for season 2 of Daredevil, but they're going to film season 3. When we last were with her in the middle of first 2 weeks of February, she was going to be leaving soon, but I saw something with Charlie here in LA. Now that could have been older, but I thought, oh, maybe they're not filming yet, but I also do not want to bother her too much because, you know, she's got lots to do. Beyond, I mean, she actually really was wonderful the last month. Came over quite a bit. She had other work to do for the D&D show. So Dave's good. Dave was on last week's episode. He is still living up north, but he is coming down here more. He actually stayed here longer last week than he planned, but we didn't, you know, try to drag him over or anything like that. But he's great. It was really good to have him over. We'll have him again probably here in the beginning of April, as he will be here for our friend's birthday that we're going to go to, and the Games Day. He doesn't really 100% run it anymore, but he sort of does still. So he'll be there, which will be great. I'm not 100% certain I'll go. I might. I went and met a bunch of folks. There's one guy that I keep hoping to meet. And I finally met him at the last one, but I mean, it had been like a year of trying to organize it with just us traveling and everything else. And then we didn't travel so much in the last half of last year. So we just ended up, he was busy with work, but it was good to actually finally meet him. And then there was another guy that I purchased. So recently we did a game called Minecart Town on the show, and we used the library copy, and there's only one library copy, so I couldn't, in my best, you know, I could not take it. So we brought it back for BGG Fall, and then I looked for it on the BGG marketplace, and a guy locally was selling it amazingly, and so I went and met him at Geeky Teas, which is over in Burbank, a board game store, and we made the exchange and chatted for a good hour. It was great. He's a real nice guy. I'd like to have him come to Games Day and play some games with him. We also met another guy who's local here. He had a thing last night, I'm pretty sure, and I did not go. My intent was to go, but I was so worn out. I think I napped. Like, I didn't sleep really well the night before. I was thinking about a friend of ours who lost his job, which was really a bummer, and I woke up too early and started thinking about it. But I think that was yesterday. It might have been the day before. I think that's the deal with us, yes. And so then it was yesterday morning, and I got up and started working, and then midday after whatever the heck I did, I don't know. I think I reviewed the edit. I did. And for this episode, and then just crashed while it was rendering. But it was good. I had 3 naps today. Yeah, that's Mike. Mike is company. He has a joke company that's about napping. So, and I totally understand. There was National Napping Day a few weeks back, and I'm like, hey Mike, gotta get a nap in. He's like, what? And I'm like, yes, it's National Nap Day here in the United States. So, hilariously, I did not nap. I am not a napper. I'm a go till I'm ready to crash. Okay, so let's try the yellow and see if we could do a tiny bit of gold. Maybe I could mix a tiny bit of gold into it. Maybe this will make it look dirty enough for me. I should probably experiment before just going for it. Let's see here. I could do the same with the red too. I could put a little bit of the silver in it. Just a tiny amount. I don't need a ton of paint either because it's a small area. Oh, the new Nippon. I've heard that is great. Was that originally from What's Up Games, or I think that's What's Up. Can't remember. Let me look it up. Because I have some of those games, but I don't have Nippon. Let me look. It wasn't What's Up. It was, I think it was an Italian company. I could be wrong. Yeah, re-implements Nippon. Let's look at the original one. What's Your Game? That's the one. Those games, I don't know what happened with that company, but they had so many good games and people were looking forward to each release, and something happened. It's terrible. I think I'll use this Hoplite Gold anyway as well, because it's sort of a weird deeper color. That might be too deep, but we'll see. I can also use a little bit of, let me just pull some of that out of there, because it's really a lot, even though it wasn't supposed to be. We got copies for the BG library and for the show of the new Critical Role game. Gosh, what's it called? We really liked it when we played it last year, and so they were reaching out to people if they wanted to get copies. I'm like, please send us some and we'll put some in the BG library. We'll try to film it soon. It's good. It was a good one. It's a light game, but it's challenging. And we just played it 2-player and had a great time. Gosh darn it, what's it called? I want to know what it is. I actually took a picture of it, sent it to my friend. Let's see. It's coming out really soon. A Familiar Find. It's a Critical Role game from Darlington Press. Looked really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, Yellow Mask. Let's get to the picture of the skin. It's not so great. It's very bright yellow. I don't know. This might work. I'm not painting it in. Hey, I'm also not painting the one that's on the base. Let's go ahead and do this though. I'm on it. Let's do it. So I want it to be dark, and it is pretty dark. Because the undercoating did generally come out pretty dark, which is good. That's what I want for the base, for the most part. Sometimes it's too dark, you know what I mean? It's challenging to really nail it. when you're not certain of how you're going to do it. So that looks pretty good though. It has a little bit of glitter to it, which is kind of what I want. You know, I mean, I do some non-metallic metal, but I am not good at it. I mean, I'm okay. I will probably also make them ultra matte so that it will look very dark and probably dirty. I really love the ultra matte varnish. It is so cool. I used it, I think, for the first time on, this was in 2021, I believe, on Red Skull, and it was cool. I'm like, wow, because it looks, first of all, I used it on, I actually probably should have put a little bit of glitter to his head, but I might have actually made it a slightly more, with a more sheen, but I did his head and his coat. His coat was like a wool coat. And I was like, well, that's perfect. Okay, well, that's good. That's fast. We can do it like that. I can be on to the next one. I have another couple minis lined up. I actually have a bunch, but I have been not really getting to, I really would like to paint. The goal is to paint a bunch more this year. We'll see if I can make it happen. We are, you know, we're already gearing up to go to BGG Con in two months. So, I mean, I think it's less than 2 months now. BGG Con Spring, which is going to be great. SDJ Jury is there. Oh, I see some gold on the other side I didn't get to. I think that's kind of like rock on the, if you can't, hold on, you can't see it, on the quiver. So and it's got a little, on one of these, it's got a little bit of brown on it, so I'm gonna have to paint it. But yeah, I would like to move on. And I also would kind of like to do something else. I've been doing so much Marvel. I also have a Gundam model that I bought to check out, and of course I can't go in small. I got the one of the big ones. It's got a lot of detail to it. I think I saw, I know it was Rogue Hobbies Louise did it, that model, and it's just amazing. Okay, so let's make a little bit of red, same idea. Probably a darker red. I'm going to go with this Slaughter red. I think there's a good one in here too. Blood Angels or Flesh Terrors reds are both good in the Citadel / Warhammer colors. 3 naps, huh? And I'm kind of jealous. Although I did perfectly fine. I woke up early for some reason, and then played a mindless game for a little bit that put me to sleep, and then I slept for another 3 hours, so it was great. Yeah, Dave's great though. I was trying to remember, we filmed several games with him. We have a bunch of Knizia in the queue. I mean, not so much left in the queue. I mean, we filmed a lot. We did The Hobbit, There and Back Again. We did Penguin Pyramid. I mean, it's crazy. And we have 2 more, at least 2 more in the queue that are filmed. So should I use, I think I'm going to use a gold. I'm going to use another bit of gold. Let me just put maybe some of the, no, it was the hoplite. Okay. So gold is a weird one. I mean, you know, my favorite metallic reds are, well, there's one old car color called Starfire that I loved. It's gold, it's got a gold tone to it, but Candy Apple Red does not. It is a silver. And I mean, I absolutely love the Mazdas have this, I cannot remember what they call that gold, but it's really, really great. Kind of like a nail polish now, but that's okay. Let me clean up that bit that is on the rock, or whatever that is, but I believe it is a rock. Now that'll dry flatter, so it'll look okay, but it's still pretty bright. A little brighter than I think I would want it to be. But yeah, it's a downer about What's Your Game. I don't know exactly what happened to them. They just, every year they'd have a new release that people just wanted very badly. Maybe they just had a bad run. I only have a few of the games. I'm not even sure that, I mean, this is how they have it rendered here. I might do a little bit of highlighting, but I don't want to do too much because I want it to be sort of in the dust, you know what I mean? The brush is dirty. I did not clean the palette. Now, I'm using the exact same palette that Uncle Adam recommended. He had told me about it before he did a roundup of inexpensive accessories, and he was saying how great a fidget popper was for these kind of contrast speed paints. Because you want them to stay flowing, which it's a smaller surface, so it's less likely to, it's slower to dry. Okay, so it's on to Thor's hammer. Now that I am absolutely going to dilute, well, not dilute, reduce the intensity with the speed paint medium. What are the silvers? Boy, I think I put these away poorly. I'll use the broadsword silver. It is, I believe, a darker silver. There's like 4 golds in this set. Yes, there are. That's crazy. I mean, you know, golds are actually sometimes, I think silvers are more successful, but these are some of the better golds. I do have all of the speed paint metallics, I believe. There is like a chart that I think I put these away in order. It does not matter, but it's just, I guess I can push these towards the red. The golden armor, glittering loot, horde bronze, and then go to the silver. I've got 3 silvers, I believe. I think there are others though. I thought there was like a green one. Oh, there's an Aztec gold. Oh my gosh, there's another one, but that's gold, greenish. But that would have been, who knows? That should be with those. I'm gonna put it next to that. That's funny. I don't know. Storing this stuff is helpful, but also annoying, so that is it. So I don't know. There's not a lot of colors. There is the blue. There's the broadsword and the enchanted steel. The enchanted steel is a little bit of blue. There was somebody that's making some pretty fantastic bright metallics, which you don't, I mean, I made a mild version of it here and it looks okay. If you put a gloss on that, it'd be amazing. Probably. So you don't necessarily need to make, it's just metallic golds and silvers. I feel, I think, I've never made Vincent Venturella's, but he has like a mix that uses gold pigment for his own gold that he loves when he uses metallic metals, which is awesome. I would love to figure that one out, but I don't need to make it. I will tell you, so recently I showed, I don't know if I mixed this well enough. I recently showed, not too long ago, one of my, I have not had this that long, the Vallejo metallic color. I used it, I went to use it the other day. It is a pretty great silver and it had basically coagulated. So it's one of those things I was talking about, like the whites, and that's a heavy pigment. I'm not exactly sure why it clogged up, but man, bummer. And so I just cleaned it out because I'm like, there's no good, and you can't reinvigorate metallics generally, especially those. Hey, how you doing? James BBSTE. I wanted to ask next time I caught your live stream, do you ever use paint markers when you're working on these guys, or are they a turnoff? You know what? I don't use them, but I'm willing to try them. I'm just concerned about the nibs. Like, I need smaller brushes, but I love the idea of like a looser thing. I've watched some videos on them. They look great. Particularly the speed paint ones, there's several versions of those. Somebody was making them, and now what's their Army Painter makes their own. So I want to try them. They're not cheap and they don't have a lot of paint, but who knows. Saludes from Argentina, awesome. The Hobbit. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we did the Hobbit. We did it with Marga, a friend from Spain, who's living in Colorado right now. And Daryl, who's a real Hobbit, I think. And it was great. It's really good. I would like to do that one again. Nikki and I, so we had actually kind of hoped to do a couple levels of that one, and it just did not happen. Because it took a little while. Daryl is, he's new to doing our stuff, and he has a little bit more worry about trying to get it right. And we are like, let's just go, we don't worry about it too much. But, he wants to play it correctly, and I totally understand. I mean, we have plenty of players that are like that. I just don't, I try to let them know, well, the rest of us aren't playing like that. The rest of us are just we're trying to do a decent job. You have to try to do a decent job or it's not worth it. Wow, I wonder what that bit is underneath there. It's another piece of silver, whatever the heck it is. That's actually kind of like the enchanted steel. Maybe I'll use that one. I'll pretend that's the same thing. But yeah, we really liked it. We really hoped to do 2, but it took us well over an hour, and I'm like, well, we can't do that. And you know, it was no problem. Daryl killed us, so that was good. He knew what he was doing. He figured it out, which was awesome. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of darkening up on the edges, like dust building up on it. I think I'm just going to use the same color on Mjolnir. I don't know what that is. And I'm not sure what's laying on Spider-Man here. There's like a... Oh, it's Captain America's shield. Okay. Maestro just knocked everybody out right in the same spot. So this is pretty thinned down. Not thinned down, but intensity reduced with medium. And it's still pretty bold. Does a good job of covering. Now, you know, it's metallic, and it is a speed paint metallic that's meant to have some transparency of the background, and does a pretty good job. I'm, you know, not much of a comic book reader, but I am intrigued by what they're going to do with the new... I won't mention anything if you haven't seen anything for the new Avengers movie, but I do hope it's reasonably good. I don't know if I have any bright... Oh, I do have bright silver. I can use the medium. Oh, this is some sort of a helmet. This is Thor's helmet, which I think should be gold, but whatever. I think, because it looks kind of like it's a helmet here. So that's like that's like the little wings on the side. So very strange. We met Marga at, I don't know if Nikki ever met her before. Can't remember. I feel like she did, but I had met her at, oh, I know she did. I'm pretty certain, because she gave us a book that Nikki shared with her mother, who speaks Spanish. It was a comic book of the Lord of the Rings, but not really. So it was perfect to have Marga on the show for that. So yeah, you see how this looks a little duller. It probably looks a little duller in real life than it does on the camera, but that's pretty good. And then a matte finish will really knock it down. And then I'll probably do a little bit of lining with Nuln oil too, or something like that. along the bottom edges to just make it look dirtier. And then I will do something, I might just use the basilicanum gray that I have to do the rubble around it as well. I think that's all the silver for this one. Let's put these other on the base, it's a little easier. Well, this silver is doing a pretty good job of what I was hoping to do. Yipes. This is, yeah, Marvel United Multiverse. This is Maestro. So we'll probably, I think we're going to do an episode again. We did Marvel United 4 or 5 years ago now. Would have probably been 2021. And I painted those minis at the time, which I have painted many, many more since then of these. And, but yeah, I did the Batman, so it's DC Superheroes United is the new version of it. Hopefully it gets released. I mean, the one I have is the Batman Hush, which was a plan for retail version that was going to be out, and it's already out. I think they needed it to come out to be able to maybe deliver the rest, but they haven't even started manufacturing, I don't believe. So hopefully at the end of the summer they start getting there, but I don't know. It's going to be rough. But I have a lot of money on that one. I basically fully backed it. Batman is, DC's a little bit more my thing. I absolutely read graphic novels, DC graphic novels. Really not a lot of Marvel. I've read some Marvel since. Nikki actually reads many more comics than I do. She actually used to go to stores on comic release day and get what she was collecting. Me, not so much. I basically bought anthologies so I could read the whole thing because I don't have the patience, I guess, for comics. I don't like the story. To unfold quicker. You know, it's the whole point of comics is to do the delay of the story, and that's cool, but it's just not my thing. Although I can handle it with TV for the most part. Although I will tell you, whenever they give you the option to stream the whole thing, I generally will do it all in a short time. Okay. So, it's a lot of color, a lot more than I want to do. But you kind of have to. So I'm going to use the Basilicanum Gray that is really kind of shot, that I spilled, to buy another set. What do you, I've already mixed the DC and Marvel sets. Neat. So you played some games with that? I want to. I don't know that we'll do that on a stream though. I mean on a show. Oh wow, half of the Marvel United. I've done all of the main box. I think I've done, have I done everything? I believe I've done all of them for myself. Wow, this is really getting to the end of this one. Wow, I wonder if this one's starting to coagulate. I haven't used it for a little while. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I think it is basically the end. So this is another one that's going to wrap up before I get to it. I wonder, well, that wasn't these paints though. I wonder what the deal is. I mean, it could be because it's warm. It's been warm here. I hope that's not happening. Well, what are you going to do? Can't use them all up in no time. That's a good reason not to buy everything. But yeah, I've got Batman and Catwoman defeated Ultron. That's awesome. I would love to do that. So yeah, when the new campaign came out, I bought almost everything. I did not buy the mat because I have the player mat from the second wave. And, you know, and it's Marvel, yes, but whatever. And then, wow, I really think that paint's dead. That is crazy. Now, I haven't used it for a while because I haven't been painting bases. I've been mostly doing things that have like color to it. Let's put a little distilled water in there too. That's crazy. Maybe it is warm. I mean, because that silver like became unusable very quick. Makes me wonder if I should, I mean, it's not warm out here, even normally, I don't believe, but it can be, particularly when we're filming. Let me get another Basilicanum Gray here, and hopefully it's okay. I have two. Because I spilled that one. I love painting these. I mean, you know, they're massive. I've compared them before, but I'll show you some Warhammer Underworlds that I painted recently. Actually, this has been a year and a couple of months because I painted them. It's a year and a half almost. I bought them. Well, Sebastian picked them up for me, but I got them at Spiel in 2024. So I didn't finish them up till they got home, but I was close. And you know, look, the faces and everything. That's what's fun about these Marvel United. I mean, these are massive. Wave 3 is just huge. They're very big. Scale seems to have shifted a creep, you know, but it's fine. I have no problem with it. Look at that bottom edge of that wing. I did it all. Not necessarily the back end. That may be what I'm thinking too. Whoa. Right on his boot. Yeah, don't point the brush at the mini until you've got it in your hand. That was pretty bad. That's good. That's good. Okay. I'm absolutely going to paint everything with the matte though. I think it will help a lot. Okay, so I want to put this, it may not be darkened. Oh, you know what? I think I spun it up, but I didn't put any on it. Come on, close up. Yeah, I think that paint is done. That's crazy. Now it's messed up. I spilled it and it really looks like a standard paint now. That is just incredible. It's old though. This bottle I have had since August of 2019 and I've used it a lot. Amazingly enough, I did not burn through it though because it is my first bottle and I spilled it. It was terrible. Because when I cleaned it up, I was able to recover some of the, this is not dark enough. I was able to recover some of the paint because I used it on this mat when the mat was fresh. But it wasn't, oh, that's really not dark enough. Now this is a gray, so it is not going to be a darker color. Maybe I just overdid it on the thinning, well, the reducing the intensity. Man, the paint is getting everywhere. I stick this into the bottle and I feel like I'm not getting it all over the place, but I'm getting it all over the place. I should see what this is like because I may just paint the other stuff on the base as I was talking about, and it will probably be closer to the correct darkness and then make it a little darker for the quiver. Yeah, that's a little dark. So that's usually how I do this, is I just put the dark on then paint the rim black. I don't go crazy putting in color, but since this is it's the only one I've seen that has a bunch of superheroes squished, or their components at least laying on the ground. But yeah, I'm happy to have that, the Hush one. It's worth getting. It's only $30 some at Amazon. It's probably in some retail. But the minis are great. I have them right here. I can show you Batman. Their bigger heads are so perfect to paint. The only games I paint are this and the Cars and Rallyman. Awesome. Yeah, I love painting them. They're fun, and I think they're great to get started. You know, I can paint. I do a pretty good job on the stuff here, on the smaller faces, even though, you know, like I did not really kill myself on those Crimson Court guys. But you know, here's Batman. And so I did do the gray down below. I mean, this was not that terrible. It's been a while though. But anyway, yeah, so you know, there's a little bit of airbrush to do the glow from the searchlight, stuff like that. It's neat. Turns out great. Huntress is pretty cool. I don't know the character, but I like the base. She's like on a building. It looks like she's on there at night, so that's cool. She turned out pretty cool. Only painting one of those because I only have the one set. And there's Harley. She turned out cool too. Hush is, I showed that a little bit ago. I'll show that Hush and Catwoman. There's Catwoman. She turned out nice. There's the Joker. I like his. That one turned out neat. And then Hush. Hush turned out really neat too. They're cool. Thanks very much. I love painting them. They're really fun. And you can do, I feel you can do a lot with the contrast paints and speed paints, because you don't have to go crazy. You know what I mean? You can move quickly. Now, I spent a lot more time on Batman, but they're amazing. So there's some, this is going to be a challenge. I want this to be lighter here, but not too, I want them to stick out on top as more like broken concrete on top of the black quiver. Boy, it's really not going on there. Now it's going to be too dark. Thanks so much, Adam. Yeah, I love painting them. They're fun. It's really not that, I mean, you know, using an airbrush is ooh, that's too dark. Is a little intimidating if you don't use one. It's really not that bad. And it's worth doing because you can get some really nice results. And that's the way so I've done, I did do, I'll show you in a second. I did do several minis from the base box. I have like several versions of I have several boxes of the main box set, and I did Black Widow. I'm airbrushing its license plate right now for an Etsy customer. Oh, that's neat. Awesome. Fantastic. So yeah, this was a dry brush undercoat. Her face was not. It was, but I tried to smooth it out. I'm not happy with the face. But it's not bad. It was just, I wanted to do it in dry brush as well. We had a spare copy from the BGG library in Scotland. We take it so that I could do an airbrush version of them, so people don't have, you know, you don't necessarily need to have an airbrush to do them. And if you do the dry brush, it's pretty simple and it's quick. You just need to work. The one thing I was disappointed by was the faces were too dark. You know, it doesn't really look great for, it's not a good look for Black Widow to have a 5 o'clock shadow. So I was trying to fix that. And they all kind of tend to do that. I mean, I did have Catwoman a moment ago. How did she look? And Huntress didn't look 100% correct. Batman is the one that's the worst. He's a little dark. Now, I don't mind him looking dark. You know what I mean? They don't have to be white, in my opinion, anyway. Catwoman looks pretty good. I think I was just having a heck of a time with her mouth. You know, I wanted her to have kind of the little bit of red and kind of fangs, and it was a little challenging to do, but it's fine. It's going to be on the table. I'm not trying to win any kind of competitions. I'm never going to be interested in doing that. I don't have the time because, you know, you really need to do a good job. And you need to be self-assured to be able to paint quickly, because you really need to. Not tremendously fast, obviously. You know, you got to spend 50 hours or something like that. I don't know, at least per mini. The only thing I ever probably spent 50 hours on was one of my early. This is for. It wasn't really 50 hours, but this is for Space Hulk, and I think I painted the whole set. And Scott was like, it'd be good to have them painted for the BGG library. So I gave them that set of Marines, and then the three of us, Scott, Dirk, the other creator of BGG, and myself, team painted the Gene Stealers. And it was great, really fun. I mean, I should look, because it's in the library still, my painted set. I have not looked, I did not take good pictures. It was so long ago that I probably didn't have a great camera anyway. So I should get that. I don't need to take them though. It's not. Those are for Scott. I don't mind. I just hilariously have only painted 2 minis since, and the other one's over someplace else. So when I was working a different job, and I would come home and Nikki was busy at work, so I would just I had a little setup that I just painted every day when I came home. So that guy probably took me a little more than a week. Ultimately, that's not too bad, because I don't paint forever in the evening, if I do get to paint. It depends, though. I can get lost for sure out here. But I used to have, I still have a tray, but I don't think I had that back then. A little tray that I could bring stuff in and, you know, do it in the living room and watch shows if we were to watch something on TV. Okay. Thanks very much. I do love it. I love painting them. I was, you know, he's like, I don't know specifically, I don't remember anymore, but I was actively trying to do kind of like a heavy metal thing, even though, well, looks like I got something there, but you know what? It's okay. But I believe that's something after the fact. More recently, I probably spilled something on it. I have a tendency to get stuff too close and leave it. I don't want to leave it close. But anyway, he looks good. It's perfectly fine. The gems are neat. You know, I was like, I can do this, you know, that style-ish. I mean, I've seen, you know, I saw stuff probably 22 years ago, 23 years ago, I think was Games Day 22 or 23, that Nikki and I went to here when they used to do Games Days all over the United States. It was great because Nikki was way into the vampire counts, and one of the guests had worked on them. And you know, I saw the paint jobs. I don't think it was Jen Haley that won. She was there. She definitely won some awards, but not the Slayer sword. She might have, but I feel like it was another lady that I haven't seen in a long time. But Jen Haley was amazing. I don't know if she's still painting. She was painting for companies. I think she actually might have been painting for CMON at one point. You know, they were incredible. But then we went in 2024 at Spiel. They had the Golden Demon competition. And it was the only one happening in Europe. So everybody came from around. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were all European, but there might have been some North American folks doing it there, but that entered that competition. They were amazing. Just amazing. And, you know, it's pretty humbling. You go, okay, I'm not that good. And I never think that I'm that good. A friend of ours, Alf, he said he's picked up painting, and we hadn't seen him for years, but at Christmas we saw him. And he said he was getting back into painting stuff with his nephew, to play. I'm like, well, definitely go for the smaller war bands. That's what I love. That and Kill Team or Necromunda or something like that, where it's not a ton of units. Make it achievable. Having to paint several hundred at least, probably, gosh, I don't know, probably over 1,000 minis I have to paint here from this Marvel United. I need to get them done. I will not. What I really need to do is quit working on mine and focus on the ones I was doing for everybody else, because it's just taking too long. I'm not able to get out here nearly as much. But I switched to doing the Marvel Multiverse because I wanted to do something different. I really want to paint Shatterpoint. I'm definitely a Star Wars guy. And I have stuff. Nikki got me a few of the boxes, and I have the main box. It's not in focus, sorry. Okay, so now I want to do Captain America's shield and Spider-Man. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the, might as well finish them on all these. It's the same, I'm going to use the same color. I'm just going to do more layers, or darker layers of the quiver. I might even use this on Spider-Man's, the webbing on his mask. I think that's a chunk of rock there that I might not have gotten. On the back side, I have not. It's one of the things you really kind of need to do. It's on the metal knucklehead. That's okay though. I do want to have it a little bit dirty on the bottom, so. I just got it on his eye. I did not want to put any paint on the eye lens. Because I want it to look dirty, and these look already pretty great, so that'll be fine. Okay. Oh, there's some rocks right there too. Did I not get them on the other one? Yeah, I'm missing out here. I am making a mess. Or did I just not do this one? No, I didn't finish this one, but. Head's in the way. Okay. Captain America. Do I have one sitting here that I can see? Yes. Red, white, and blue. I don't think we get to the star. Sort of there, though. So I was going to use a deeper red. Well, I'm not done. I keep forgetting. I want to do the quivers. Finish the quivers. I kind of like to creep up on the intensity that I want by having a lighter. I don't do it often enough to be truthful with you. I really should do it more often because I feel if you're doing the undercoating for the shading, which is what this is, you don't have to do it like a standard speed paint or contrast paint. You don't have to get it on the first go because you're not worried about, you want it to be smooth as you can make it, but you're not worried about getting that level of intensity in one go. And part of the way that works with speed paints is you want, or contrast paints, especially and speed paints, is you want them to the way they expect you to do it is you paint it over a bright white or gray or off-white undercoating, and you get to your level with one coat. So that's challenging. You can do it, of course. I mean, that's the first way I did it. I had no idea when I first painted these because I was, I understood the principle. I had actually painted kind of like that with golden high flow acrylics. I think that's what they're called, but not in the same manner. I had undercoating. I was not using the speed paints. In those cases, I was using the undercoating as a guideline for the shading. It's a pretty phenomenal way to go. Boy, that is definitely not as dark as the other quiver. That one's probably dark enough. That one's probably dark enough. Do one more coat. So that would be more traditional kind of acrylic maybe painting. And what that also does is it sort of does that anyway, because the shading is, when your paints aren't getting on in one coat, because it does, it usually takes a couple coats to really get the right level of intensity. When you do it with an undercoating, sometimes you can get there pretty quickly because it will do some of that shading for you. But it's really phenomenal with speed paints. So when they explained speed paints, before I even saw them, I'm like, oh, I know what that's going to be. That's going to be amazing. And they're great. They really are. So I'm going to need a smaller brush. I think I need to do another coat. Let me make sure it's not, if it's dry, I'll do it. So you see here, my release is in the wrong spot. It's got a little dollop of paint left over there, which is dumb. You kind of want to go this way. You want to release it as you're getting towards the back. And look at that, I just tore the stupid droplet. Let me put a little bit more on there. So you can cover it up. If I let it dry, it'd be better, but I'm not too worried about it, because remember, this is on the ground with these superheroes being at least partially diminished. We're gonna play Battle Path. We did it already, Adam. It's great. We did it last summer with Christoph and Daryl. We love that game. I really love the original, but I don't have it, Memoir 44. But it is great. It's a great episode too. So we played it with 4-player and we just teamed it. So it was Nikki and Christoph versus as the Rebels, I believe, and Daryl and I were the Empire. It was great. And I was surprised by the results. Okay, so red, so I'm going to go in first, so I'll do a little bit of blue, and I will do that with a dark color. I don't know what blue I used. This guy's way too intense, but that's what I did. It was the beginning of me using these. I will tell you right now, Took me a little bit of time. It was probably this many right here to figure out how to use the flesh tone. I did not like the flesh. Let's see if it's here. Gillen flesh. I'm like, this is just way too dark. And I did use water, but I went to the store. We used to have a Warhammer store near here. And I specifically went in and looked at the flesh tones. And I saw, I can't remember how that worked. I feel like maybe it was another store, but the one near us, you couldn't go in. You could talk to them and he could show you stuff, but I actually looked at the rack. So maybe it was 2019 that I did it, early 2020. So it wouldn't have been with Marvel. But I realized, oh, the contrast medium, that is what will make this flesh tone lighter. And of course, it's perfect. You can go very dark. I mean, I've done Shuri and I've done Nick, I was going to call him Nick Cave, Nick Fury. And I've done, a ton of them. I've done, I mean, that not so great face on Black Widow is the same color. So you can go some very light flesh tone to, these are all just human flesh tone. It's great. It's really a great color. It is now one of my favorites. At the time, though, I was very disappointed. Oh, I was going to do Spider-Man because I'm going to use this color. Should I use this brush? It's pretty fine. This is a 0 from Monument Hobbies. But I should do it now. So I'm going to paint the black first. Got a little fly. What is he doing? I did have the door open, so which was dumb. We've had more bugs this year, which is very uncommon for Southern California, but it's been more humid, warmer earlier. He was going slow. I don't know what he was really. Some sort of flying bug. So you can, oh, you can't see. So you can see I'm just going to do the outline of the eye and then leave the gray that's already there. I basically did that, I think, on one of the Spider-Man. I can't remember which one. Somebody had told me one of the, I think it was a fellow that does some of the he has done some of the jerseys for geeky jerseys that I love. I have several of the ones he designed. He's like, well, his eyes are, I'm like, wow, okay, thanks for being here the day I'm painting that. Perfect. It's a great brush. Gosh, I'm sorry he's not in the shot here. Got too many things in the way for this handle. So when you paint the red, you'll see that eye will look just right. You won't even have to do anything more to it. Okay, that one's pretty good. I can paint the red later. Usually I paint inside out, but the nice thing about the black is it acts as a boundary for the red. Let me look at the other one here and see. I'm kind of confused at what I just did. It is like, you do have to make heads or tails of the webbing, because you know it's got no face underneath it, so. Well, I was hopeful I would get to another mini. I do not think that's happening this week. Because this is way more detailed than I don't know if I recognized that Spider-Man's mask was there, or at least remembered it. So I have a couple spots that I touched away from, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to put a little gray on them for the red to be bolder. I don't want the black to be that visible because I want to add dirt to it maybe, but I don't know that I want it to be black or close to black. To paint the arrow, the feathers on those arrows. Yeah, it's a little bold, but you know what? It will be fine. Let me clean up a little bit of it though. So I'll let that dry because it'll just smear if I paint it again. A little strong there, but it'll be fine. Getting carried away at the end here. Well, just throw it on. Seems pretty dry. I keep trying to go into that metallic silver because it looks gray, but it is not what I want on there. Okay, should be good enough. It'll look pretty good. I think his arrows were, well, on the TV show, were purple. If I could recall correctly. I cannot see what's going on. They look like they're purple on here. The feathers. So I won't do those quite yet. I will do the blue that I keep saying I will do. I believe it was this blue. That is not good. That there's not good. Azurman blue, maybe? I zoomed in on this somehow. Wow, really not doing well here. Not really a fan of touch, dang it. It's maybe all I can do. How do I get away from that? Huh, here we go. Huh, with control minus, or option, command minus. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So blue. I think I will thin it out as well. I'm not sure how, well, that's pretty dark. I think that is the color that I used on that though. Yeah, we had Christoph here after, who's part of the Spiel des Jahres jury. We had him here after visiting, after Gen Con. I know that's when we got Battle of Hoth. Oh no, Battle of Hoth was sent to us. We'd asked for it. So we might have shot that, I don't remember exactly when. We might have shot that before Gen Con, but didn't come out till maybe after. Because, you know, we have all the SDJ stuff that we do, and that requires us to, you know, could be 9 videos, 3 in each category. I hopefully never get to the point where they're doing like the Oscars, 10 in a category. So those are coming up. They will announce those just before BGG Spring, and I'm always excited about that because I love going to the convention and the jury is there helping you learn to play those games. It's always great. We, oh wow, you can see some of the star under there. That's fantastic. Fantastic, but horrible. But yeah, it's really nice because we are ready to roll and we can film them when we get home, and we need to this time. We have to get them done kind of early. We'll see. We also might get lucky and have some of them already filmed. There's a few games I think that are possibilities, but who knows until they announce. Because they don't know. They actually have the voting the weekend that they announce, I believe, the weekend that they announce the award. So they do that like on a Saturday, which seems could be crazy, and then announce them the next day, I believe. Or whatever it is, it's the day before. It might not be. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know if you're going to see that star. I'm trying to leave it. I'm not going to go crazy because it's buried in there. Buried. Wow, it's barely visible there, but same mold, I'm sure. Maybe not. If they pump them out with multiple, they must pump them out with multiple molds. Does not look the same to me. What am I not seeing here? I think I'm getting red on the blue on where the red is going to go. I am, so I'm going to have to touch that. Let me see if I can clean it up. It's a game you can't get right now is what you're saying? Oh, hyped? It is really good. It's probably the best implementation for me anyway of that system. It should be fine. I just can't see it. That's why I think I'm messing it up here. Maybe I paint it from this. Nope. Nope. Well, here's the reality. Don't worry about the white part. The star is almost invisible. And don't mess up your other work. It's just not worth it. Okay, that'll be fine. Oh, I was hoping I'd be done here. I'll be close. Wow, it's way clearer on this one. That means either the paint was too thick when I painted it on, and it usually isn't. It's pretty great about flow and not concealing details, but it's, shucks, it's certainly possible. Okay, let me clean that up. Just enough so that the red doesn't completely get obliterated. You can't see it because I'm going in with a bizarro angle here, but That should be good enough. Okay, red. We're not going to do the white either. We're just going to leave it. As long as I can paint the red smoothly, it shouldn't matter. Okay. So I was going to do a darker red. Did I put that away? Slaughter red. No, I guess maybe that's what I did for his. That's fine. I'm not going to use the one I have here though, because it's also drying. So here's what's cool about these fidget poppers is you can just peel the paint off. Let me use the tweezers though. And you might even be able to get some usable paint out of that underneath, but yeah, there you go. A lot easier than actually washing it up. Now it's funny that one's drying so quickly, but some of these other ones are not. I did the gold first and it doesn't seem to be as dry. Crazy, I put my palette over here to use for my standard acrylic paints and I haven't used it at all. It's okay though, because I usually just dry it off. If I don't have paint on it, it doesn't mess it up. Okay, well let's do a little bit of red. I could use that same well. A lot less paint in there. I don't want any metallic in there though. Although, you know, it is titanium, or vibranium, not titanium. I do wish we had 2 copies of Battle for Hoth. I mean, we can get them. It was very nice of one of the folks we know from Asmodee to get those for us, because we don't usually ask for games. This was one that Scott had played, I think, in prototype, and was like, you guys got to do this one as soon as possible. Took a little while to get to us. It was in the tariff things, made it a little challenging. And you know, our friend has sent many things and it just got stuck in Memphis. It was through FedEx. So I don't, you know, we had another video that we were doing for a game from Europe. And it was just a terrible nightmare. It took forever to get here. And the poor publisher was just going crazy. Oh man. This brush is too floppity for this. I like them to have a little bit more snap, but I do like its delicate point. So let us try one of the newer ones that I've got here. That's too small. These are supposedly sable as well. Actually, let me use this new one from, this is a new type of bristle, synthetic bristle, and it's supposed to be great. Adam, Uncle Adam is part of the factory team, I think is what they're called, for Army Painter now, and he traveled to Sweden for, you know, like a session where I think they were talking about the new paints. Maybe those are already out, but they definitely were talking about these new brushes, and they blind tested them. They gave people the bristles, but different types of handles, so you couldn't tell between the other people involved in it whether they were the same or not. And they were all going crazy for these brushes. And I will tell you, I've not used it a ton, but I really do like them. I've not used them enough though, but Man. I will do a different red for Spider-Man though, because I do want it to look different. Goodness, I can't get that in there under his foot. And you know, I didn't glue this down, it was already pre-assembled. Okay. That looks pretty good. I mean, you get the point. I think I need to work on that seam. Ugh, don't like that. Huh. Okay, that looks pretty good. You can get an idea that it's his shield in there. Ow. On the white. That cleaned up miraculously. Okay, that looks good. If you paint them too great, they're going to stick out, which is not helpful, but it's also who I am, and I just have to do it like as well as I can. Let me put this on here. I don't want to mess up this brush. It's not clean. Oh, that is not it. There was me trying to mess up the brush. What is it this one here? I don't know, man. This does not feel right. But that one will do for now. It's 7:20. I need to get moving. Ugh. How did I do that under his other heel? Just did a better job the second time. These brushes are not inexpensive. These synthetic brushes. I bought one as a matter of fact, when I went to get that game from the guy from the marketplace, the Minecart Town. I can't go into a game store without buying something because I do not want them to go out of business. And not that my one sale is going to do that, but if everybody does that, then it could happen. Could happen. So I bought one. I'd been wanting to buy one anyway. So I like to, it's been so long, but I like to buy brushes and see them. It does not happen anymore because there are a few places. We found an art supply place that's really not that terribly far from us. But it's related to one I used to go to down when I worked at a place in Santa Monica. So, first of all, I was like, wow, I can't believe it. How would I not know about these guys being out here? And I'd forgotten about them. They still have 3 locations. Okay, which one of these guys had the lightest? This is it. Give it one more coat of this. Wow, this brush is way better. That's what I should have been using. Okay. It's got a pretty great belly. This is a number 5, but it has a pretty great point. But yeah, these are I think the numbers that when they have the numbers on them, that's the new ones. Because I have one of these, I think, here already. But it isn't the new ones. But they're great. I would like to buy a set. I don't need any more brushes though, that's part of the problem. Wow, they look pretty great. Okay, so I'm gonna do another red. We're just going to use, it's so bright though. Something at a board game store. Yeah, you have to. I mean, you want them to stick around, right? I mean, we've had so many of them go away. And let me see what you wrote here. But I'm checking out a store. Yeah. Boy, this is terrible. I don't like this. The touch screen is ridiculous. I'm getting some pop-up contextual menu, which I don't want. Wow, it's as small as it's going to go. Now I have things popping up. I don't want the news. Wow. Anyway, you just click on what I want here. Where you go. If it's a fighting game store that I may peruse and not buy, but if I'm checking out a store from out of town, I buy. I want them all to survive, particularly the local ones. We've had a few. One of them moved a little further away, which is totally fine. I have been to that location many more times than the original location. The original location was up near a university, so it was, you know, that's popular with kids going to university. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. But wow, this is intense. Maybe I try to use this red with this in it so that it's a different color, but where is that one that has the gigantic handle? That one. These are two different brands of colors. Let's see what we get. It'll be fine. But it's got a film. So it doesn't have another film. And I got it on my hand. A lot of red. Okay. And I want to put some medium in. I will just use this medium. Hopefully it works. But I want Spider-Man to look a little bit brighter, so you kind of recognize it. Okay. Hopefully this will work. I'm not going to bother with the gray. Man, I am really making a mess here. I'm like moving too quickly, I guess, but I keep poking in the really quickly as I'm trying to reach into it. I don't know if I'm having a depth perception problem. It's certainly possible. But it's going to look more like Spider-Man as soon as that's colored in. Can't see it. Wow, that's just terrible. I can't get it at the angle to get that painted. Let me just do this. That's working. If they continue, CMON, to do more games, I sure hope they can get back Big Child, the people that did the sculpts and the paint jobs for these, because those guys are great. It'd be terrible if they don't have them, but I suspect they might have, the relationship might be been hurt. It really is terrible. Because they're great. They're not the best minis I've ever seen, but they're pretty great and they're fun. Plus their paint jobs are really neat too. That's the real downer about the DC Batman Hush. because that was supposed to be, they were supposed to paint the whole thing. There's actually a book that I sponsored, I paid for, you know, whether I'm going to get it, like a painting guide for the Batman, or the DC. And I don't know who's doing it, but my suspicion is it isn't going to be these guys, because why would they? I mean, I hope so. You know, they let everybody go, I think, too. So they might have there might be some people that still haven't been hired back, because they were bought by Titan Forge. And I'm not sure Titan Forge, I mean, they might let them do the stuff, because, I mean, it's money that's got to come in from somewhere, but I don't imagine that maybe when they do another campaign, because, you know, my dream is to get Star Wars. I'd really like a Star Wars United. Would be awesome. Probably not likely. Wow, I'm seeing details here I did not see on the other one. Okay, not going to worry about it too much. So one of the things is it darkens as you let it sit. So it won't be that intense. Now this has got a lot more white undercoating. Wow, where are you at, Adam? I don't. We had the store in Dallas that we love, keeps growing every time we go. Although I think they're done for now. Although they said they would like to do like a cafe space that's not really theirs, but they would share that space. But I can't imagine, I mean, I don't know. They also said, you know, they really want somebody to do it that knows how to do it, not gamers. Not that gamers can't do it. If you have a gamer, that would be good, but they're in, it's called, the company's Common Ground. And they are usually they have been our gaming, like our partner at the conventions to have games that are, new games that are coming in. Wow, I did not get enough gray on that. Definitely looks more like Spider-Man there painted. Marshfield, Missouri, huh? What game store is it? I don't know if it's Valhalla was one I went to that was in Columbus, University Town. I actually bought a Warhammer fantasy set of the Dark Elves at that store. It was such a good deal. I was like, I'm buying it. Took it home and it was post 9/11, but there was a bunch of metal minis with those pointy. I'm like, it's a game. And they let me carry it on. Okay, purple. I don't want to use the Druki shade. I guess I'll just let's use this Hive Dweller. Spider-Man trailer looks pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I like those movies. Actually, I think I actually stopped watching it halfway through. I don't really kind of want to know, because we went to see the last ones in the theater, and all of them, I think. Maybe not the first one. I don't remember. I feel like we did. I'm enough of a Marvel fan, and Nikki is, that we would probably go. I just don't remember. I was never like the crazy Spider-Man fan. The movies were fine, but I've grown to like them much, much more. Wow, that's a lot of purple. Hope it looks like purple. Looks very dark in the palette. Man, I'm making a mess. Paint all over the place. I don't understand it. Maybe because I'm wiping it and the paper towel is damp with paint. That is probably the case. Okay, feathers. They were pretty dark on the painted minis, so wow, that stuff just does not look right. These might need a couple coats to darken up. It looks so dark in the palette. Should be using a different brush for this. This one is not good for it. Too rigid. So I leave soap in my brushes after I clean them to help keep the point, and it's pretty great. But you have to, make sure you wash them before you paint them with them again, because you don't want the soap in the paint. Huh. It's a little too light, and I know I painted that. It's too dark there. Darn it. I just wanted to darken up a little bit. But because I want them to look like a different, they're not the quiver. The purple looks pretty good there. That'll be fine. And then that's really it. Of course, I just might have rubbed a whole bunch of purple on my hand. So there's a lot more color on the base than I normally would put. I might darken it up a little bit. Cool. I want to put a little bit of darkness in these shapes on the hammer. Just want them to have a little bit of a shading for them to kind of stick out a little bit. Actually, I'm thinking that the Thor has got silver wings. I should look if it is here. Let me peek, and then we can compare, and then I can answer that question to myself. Oh well. Liquid. Oh, fight it, a Yu-Gi-Oh match. Ugh. This is a one of the earliest ones I painted. I really liked his coat. You know, I did use a probably satin on his head, and which makes more sense. And then the matte, ultra matte. Kind of. I think I might have put another coat after it, but I probably should matte it down even more. I like it. But the matte varnish is, ultra matte is super thin. Super thin. Well, he looks great. These are cool. It's going to focus. That's just these brushes. They look good. I mean, it is a little strong. The helmet looks like a soccer ball. I might do some shading to make it look more metallic. I don't really want it to be too strong though. I mean, you know. The mask looks good. It really, Spider-Man mask looks good. So there you go. Those guys are pretty awesome. Ooh, I really need to clean this brush. Went to the ferrule, which is frustrating. So, I'll do that for a minute. Golden Girls. Thanks very much. Did I make a Golden Girls comment? I did not watch that show very much. I was not a TV guy at that time. I was talking to Nikki about it the other day. Like when I was in high school, I kind of dried up on TV and really kind of went towards the movies. My friends and I, every weekend, went to Westwood, which is near UCLA, and would go to the movies. This is before I was at UCLA, and I was actually pretty good when I was at UCLA. Only a couple times went to the movies instead of class. Although, you know, I really like class, so I don't even know if I did do that. I think the one time I'm remembering is when I also went to school there during the summer before I was at UCLA, taking math. It's hilarious that I was so math oriented there for a while. I was going to be an engineer. That was what I was going to do. And they had a summer program to get you advanced in math, and high school sent me there for like a month and a half or something. It was pretty long. And I remember meeting my brother and going to see a movie. That was fun. Okay, that's pretty clean. So let me put that back. I bet that is the cap for that one. It seems fatter. Yep. Nope. That's not it either. Wow. I have these little tubes all over the place. Oh, maybe it's this one. Pretty good. That's got to be it. But you want to protect them, it's worth it. I mean, I'm not really great about carrying, I'm very good about caring for the brushes, but I'm not great about them laying around. They get beat up for sure. Okay, this one, it has to be cleaned. Brushes, I have too many brushes. But not enough. but my dad had convinced me to, he's like, you're creative, you really should be getting into a career that will be taken over by AI at some point. He did not say that back then. There was a discussion about that on BGG. There's a game that's getting a redo on the cover. People are questioning whether it's AI. And you know, it's a downer. We have a friend, so Daryl's daughter's friend is an artist, and she's doing, I don't know that that's what she wants to do for a career, but she is doing it. And she took a commission. Now she's in high school, but I think she said they paid her $75. And I'm like, that's not enough. In this day and age. Now, I mean, she might have made it for a friend. I don't know. I didn't really dig into it. But I'm like, make sure you ask for enough. You really do not want to get stuck. You know, set the expectations. Nikki was saying to me, she's like, yeah, if she's doing it for the portfolio or something, then that's okay. I'm like, I guess, but man, I don't know. It really diminishes. I've always been, you know, that's been one of the challenges, is there's always an artist that will do it for less because they just want to get the experience. And it's really kind of a bummer, you know, and then now AI can do a pretty amazing job. Oh, you did a good job of these things. Great binge show. You know, so the funny thing about that is I love Arrested Development. I know it's nothing like that show, but Mitch, gosh, I want to say Hedberg, and I know that's not it. The showrunner for and creator of Arrested Development worked on that show. Man, I'm having a heck of a time. But yeah, I should watch that just because I don't think I've really ever seen it. I've seen some of it because I specifically remember the grandmother, who was not much older than B. Arthur, being hilarious, and I loved Betty White. But I don't think I watched it very much. That one, and there was another one that was the girls, Different Stroke. No, that was the guys. I don't remember that very well. Just what you're talking about, Willis. Different Strokes. What was that one called? Anyway, shows you how much I watched that too. I remember like some of the names, Tootie, Blair. But it's not baked in my brain. It was not one I watched a lot. And I don't know how long that ran. I would have been pretty young for that, probably. I was not really a crazy TV person. Facts of Life, that is the one, correct. Thank you. You know, they're all about you or something like that. I don't know. Learning the facts of life. I remember theme songs, but I think that's just because I'm weird. And I'm also very quick to change the channel. So I'll see that and then I'll be done. For example, I never watched, with my early high school years, I never watched the A-Team. I just didn't. I'm like, this is terrible. I mean, I never watched it. It would start and I would change the channel. And so I was at my friend's house. And I mean, I remember the theme. I remember the theme very well, but I never watched it, like one episode. I don't know why I had such a bug up my butt about that, but I did not care for those, having never seen them. As a matter of fact, so when Nikki and I started dating 30 years ago, we went to visit, a friend of ours was trying to get us to go out, and mutual friend. And we watched TV, and they wanted me to see Mad About You. So I think this would have been 94. And I liked the new show, which was Friends. And I watched that for a while, and then and that was like, I didn't even have TV reception at my place, my apartment. So I had to, like, Nikki moved in with me, and I had to get TV. And So like, even for South Park, I maybe had a VCR, I don't remember. But I had my grandfather, my brother was staying with my grandfather, and I had them record the first season of South Park because I didn't have cable, I don't think. It doesn't make sense because I had it for, I'm pretty sure I had it for Friends and whatever. I watched those Thursday shows, so anyway. But yeah, Facts of Life, that one's funny. I don't remember Different Strokes very much either. I remember the kids, Dana Plato. Oh my gosh, what were their names? One of them passed away. Todd something or other, and I'm remembering the other kid that was Webster, which I never watched that show either. I'm a weird sponge for like stuff that I don't need to remember. Now I remember a lot of stuff, but I don't need to remember Facts of Life or any of that stuff. Let me switch to the camera. Come on. There we go. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the chatter. It's been awesome. Thanks for helping me remember things. That's hilarious. I know I had to watch Facts of Life a little bit. So the one I kind of maybe remember watching a little of was, I feel like, and it was early. I mean, it would have been early high school. Was Family Ties? And I don't remember it very well. Like, I know I didn't obviously watch it that much because I didn't, it was before Back to the Future, and I absolutely loved Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. So I didn't really know his character. I sort of knew Justine Bateman's character, right? Sort of. But I remember this line. This is the funny thing. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, it's out of, why is this not focusing in? Anyway, it doesn't matter because you guys aren't seeing it. I remember this line where, like, one of the kids' papers was graded as replete with stinkiosity. I remember that line beyond belief. I was at some gaming thing with a friend of mine's family, family friends, that they had friends that there was a family. And I think I said that, and they were just like, what? And one of us said it, and we were like blown away that the others remembered it. But now, they were younger than me, so maybe they watched it in reruns. I've never watched it again. But I never watched Star Trek Next Generation. Like, when I went to go see the movies with Nikki, we went to see the very first one, I think, one of the first ones. And I had no idea, like, the characters. There's just people were laughing at these things that Data said or whatever, and I don't know any of it. Because I was never that big of a Star Trek fan. I did like the movies. And I like those ones with the people from Next Generation. I just didn't watch it. And I saw like the same episode with Guinan over and over with Whoopi Goldberg. Guinan, like I don't even remember what it was. I only saw just a tiny bit. And like it was either that one or Friends, Cheers. So I did watch Cheers, but I stopped watching Cheers before speaking of Star Trek, before what's her name came on as, wasn't Diane, it was, I don't know, so I didn't watch that show. But I remember them trying to have Woody's character, which, you know, I didn't know Woody's character because I watched Coach. And he was trying to be impressive as a bartender to get the job, and he was doing the Screaming Viking, and he said, did you want your cucumber bruised or something? And I was, you know, like, so I called a friend the second I saw, like, I would only watch, like, I'd tune in, I'm like, hey, it's Cheers, I love Cheers. Let me try this new character with Kirstie Alley, there's her name. And I think it was like in the same week, I saw the same episode for the 5th time, both in Star Trek and Cheers. And I called a friend, I'm like, oh my God, I never watched this show, and I've now seen the same episode, like the 5th and the 6th time for these two shows. It was insane. Let me see if there's somebody we can raid. But yeah, isn't it crazy? I just did not watch a lot, which is, you know, big deal. I don't watch a ton still. I actually really want shows that are half an hour long, which is about impossible to get. We are watching Murder Bot right now, and that's about a half an hour long. I like David Dastmalchian and stuff like that, so, and I like Alexander Skarsgård. I never saw, I've told Deborah, I never saw True Blood. She's like, oh, it's okay. I feel bad, but I'm just not a TV person. I don't think she is either, though. So I feel she likes movies. Her and her husband are like going through like each decade and watching all the Oscar nominees, I think, and winners maybe. Let's go to this. Oh, there we go. So I think she doesn't feel bad, doesn't feel bad about it, but it's terrible. Like, I met Deborah kind of not knowing who she was, and she's really, really a nice person. Let's see here if there's somebody we can raid. Everdell Digital. We are following them. So let's go. They've only got 10 viewers. If you want to join in on Twitch, go ahead and click through and say hello. I don't know B&B Tabletop. I think Derek said they're new. Say hello to them. As there several people playing, that's pretty awesome. And you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me, everybody. And I think we got 8 viewers going, so almost will double their watching. Bye, everybody. Thanks a lot, YouTubers, as well. I'm sorry you can't raid. It would be awesome if you could. Have a great one, though, and thanks for being here and chatting. It was awesome.